Okay, I think we're live again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Emperor Hotshot, also known as Brandon, and today we are getting ready for the Please Stand By hashtag Fallout 5 reveal stream. I'm all about the hype. I'm getting flashbacks to Fallout 4's reveal and that whole tease, the announcement, and everything building up to that was just some of the most excitement I think I've ever experienced in video gaming as a whole, and being able to recapture that with this game right now is just being it's fantastic. I have to say right off the bat that Bethesda is just knocking it out of the park this year. The publisher, not the studio, but the publisher is knocking it out of the park in terms of actual reveals and teases and all that this year. So I'm I'm fairly convinced E3 is going to be very good this year. For those of you unaware, yes, Fallout 5 is being teased. There are some people who are saying this is going to be, oh, it's Fallout 3 remastered. That's not the case. I can show you why that's not the case actually right here as we're waiting. So if we just look up Fallout 3 teaser, look at the images. The loading screen in Fallout 3 was actually fairly different. If we actually get, I guess it's kind of the same. I was looking at it last night, and for some reason this looked more like a pencil to me, pencil markings. But it is in color, and they're. Oh no, it's still fairly different. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. That's always an option. Very dumb. This guy. Haha. Yes. But I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I hope you're excited like I am. Oh, man, there's just not a whole lot else. Hello, what are you doing over here, OBS? You sneaky little bastard. But yes, I am very excited, as I've said multiple times, because I'm talking in circles because I just got off of work. It's early in the morning, yes, but oh my Jesus, it is terrible. So we're gonna let this play for a little bit. I think we have 45 minutes ish before the stream starts. I know some people are joking around that it's a Fallout Battle Royale is being shown. If that's the case, kill me. I know it wouldn't be. I think there are a few plausible explanations as to what this could be. The first of which being Fallout Online. Kind of hope that's not the case. If it is a new Fallout, I would like it to have a co-op aspect, because I think that would be really fun. But the color TV, the colors on the TV, for those of you unaware, Fallout has typically had a black and white TV screen, because it's taking place in an alternate past, right? But I like to believe this is in New York. Now it's a little disappointing to me, because being on East Coast again, just I don't know. I'd kind of like to go back to the West Coast. I know some people were speculating it could be Fallout Arizona, maybe. Oh, its stream is blurring out, coming out of focus. Hey, put that back. We see you. Okay, something's going on. It's a little early, but holy hell. They might be getting ready for the actual talk show. That's what it's under on Twitch. So this is. I mean, something's happening, obviously, right? Oh man, there's no audio. I wish there was audio. It's driving me. Oh, they're lowering it. I assume Todd's gonna be on the left, maybe Pete Hines on the right, or maybe I don't know who the other community manager is for, or one of the other community managers is for Bethesda game studios. So I like to think it's gonna be Todd and Pete, but I have no clue. Man, this is a wonderful day. Kind of going into what I was talking about before, though. I do think E3 this year. I'm trying to keep an eye trained on this screen now because I keep doing stuff. But I do think, as I was saying before, that E3 this year is just going to be good altogether. I'm assuming Fallout is going to be the focus. Now, I am of the belief that they wouldn't do all of this just to announce a reveal, or a remaster or a remake, sorry, of Fallout 3. Even though it is the 10-year anniversary, and I believe wholeheartedly they will reveal that, but maybe tack it on, tack it on at the end of the stream, or even at the end of the E3 conference, and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we have something to show you, kind of like what they did with the Skyrim Special Edition last year, where Todd just came on the screen and talked about games, really. And I think that's when they announced the Creation Club, but then also Skyrim Special Edition. And if they do something like that, announcing Fallout 3, I'm going to call it a remake, because not a remaster. A remaster would imply that it's on the old engine and is going to work the exact same, but with a new coat of paint. Whereas a remake is going to be, it's not just the new coat of paint, there's new mechanics, there's new everything, really. It's almost a whole new game, just, you know, with the same story or something. So I'd opt for more so a remake than a remaster out there focusing on screen, kinda. Maybe it's just the blur, but it almost feels like the screen changed slightly. Someone in the chat was talking about Skyrim too, and that just made me giggle. I know there are some people who are talking about this game having more of a pre-war focus. Honestly, I don't want that. I know I can't speak for everyone, but I don't want another pre-war Fallout. I think the mystery of the pre-war and just living in the post-war world of people speculating, oh, it must have been paradise back then, when in reality we know it wasn't from terminals and stuff. I think that sort of mystery is part of what made Fallout in the past. Though, I mean, I'm just talking out of my ass here. Apologies, I couldn't figure out how to get a proper transition into actually muting myself. And oh my god, it's God Howard. It's the man himself. Oh my god.
Have we waited long enough, guys? I think we have. We want to thank all of you who tuned into this. It's amazing. We have had over
the joke's on you guys.
2 million unique visitors to this stream to watch, I don't know what, nothing, but we have something really cool to show you. It's a tease for our next game, and we'll see you all at E3 June 10th. Thanks again.
You beautiful bastard, Todd. Oh my god. All of this for a remaster. Wait. No. Oh, you clever bastards. Okay, so there's a pre-war focus again.
Life is
or no, that's
older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take
but when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
Okay, this is cool.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, okay. I knew I recognised.
Take me home.
So it isn't the Fallout 4.
Take me home. Take me home.
Oh, baby.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Fallout 76. Well, that's different. Okay. Okay. That's... Oh! Hello, Pete. You look miserable as always. Oh, Pete, there's no audio. It's still black. Oh.
Leading the pony ride to the stage. Oh!
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That deafening music. Audio. Is that it? Is there more? Stream over. I guess that's it. Now, can I... Okay, because I wanna try and pick that apart now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm gonna keep this open just in case. I don't think it's gonna pop back on. Let's see. Fallout 76. Fallout 76. They have the trailer for it now. Okay, well, Vault 76 is there, or was this just created? Mentioned in... Okay, so it's one of the vaults mentioned in a past game. Was mentioned in Fallout 3, Mothership Zeta, Fallout 4. Okay, this is interesting. Do we have a trailer ready? No. Let's see. Okay, here we go. It's not gonna be the best quality because it's fucking twatter, but it's something. We can pick apart the trailer. But god damn it, that was. Okay, we need to talk about this for a second because this was so cleverly done with all the speculation of it possibly being a Fallout 3 remaster. Because this little frame here, this little tidbit, was enough to make me go, oh my god, all of this for a remaster? Because this is almost framed exactly how, for those unaware, Fallout 3 started on. The teaser for that. It wasn't only until a few notes in that I actually realized the song was different. Oh yeah. Yeah, games. It's, oh my god. Fallout 76. It's... I'm a little bit concerned that they're naming it after a vault instead of either the area or just Fallout 5. But I'm... Part of me has a feeling that that's more so to... I don't know, get away from the whole, how do I say, just crawl, like, they don't want to end up like Final Fantasy where you go into like the 18s and stuff, so it's more so they just maybe are trying to avoid that. Hopefully we'll get more information as E3 rolls around, but let's get more into this trailer. For those of you who missed it, I'll play the whole trailer again. This is basically how they ended the stream. Like, this is all they showed and then they logged off.
Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
in Vault 76, our future begins.
Okay, so there's the trailer. For anyone who missed it, it's a teaser. It's not indicative on what we're gonna get for the full game, but it's got my heart pounding. I can tell you that much. I'm getting an adrenaline rush. I'm so freaking excited for this game now. But we're gonna break this down. We're gonna break this down because this is very exciting. I did notice some things the second time watching, so we're just gonna kind of go bit by bit. Right off the bat. We got the radio. It's gonna give us our slow pan out.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Okay, so we do know this is taking place after the bombs drop. October 27, 2102 at 6:34 p.m. or a.m. I'm assuming. It is military time, I'm assuming. Though this, when does Fallout 4 take place? Because it's looking like this might be taking place before that even. Fallout 4 time. Post-war time year. It's like 2277 or something, isn't it? Okay. Oh hell, so this so Fallout 1 takes place in 2161. This is taking place before even Fallout. Taking place even before Fallout 1. This is about it's like 30 years. Like 32 years after the bombs drop ish. No, let's see. We're just gonna round it to 30 years after the bombs drop, almost exactly to the date. That's interesting. It's just a Vault-Tec radio alarm. So we got a magazine here. I think this is Outstanding Tales. I can't quite tell from the angle, but we got a Vault-Tec party hat, red Solo cup, Jangles the Moon Monkey. It's all taking place in the vault. Now, this caught my eye initially rewatching the trailer. Backpack. I like to believe this means we're going to have some sort of like external storage so we can increase our carrying capacity via something like a backpack in game, or maybe it's just a container, or hell, maybe it's just there for flair in the trailer itself. We won't know till the game comes out. I mean, I also noticed I think this is a fedora. It could be a bowler hat. I don't know. I'm half retarded. So if we pan out a little bit, there's some more stuff under here. It looks like there's a pocket watch, baseball glove, baseball. I think those are binocs there. I can't quite tell what this is. It somewhat looks reminiscent of a lunchbox. We've got a toolbox there. Some more stuff I can't quite make out there. Post-it notes, another red Solo cup. Slippers. This thing transitions. We got more paintings. We got a new Unstoppables board game, plus a new beverage. I can't quite tell what that says. Damn. Look, maybe damn him. I can't quite tell what that says on there. The DAMHI. That's all I can really tell. Got a guitar. So we got Halloween decorations. I can't tell. I don't think that's a mini nuke, but it looks like some kind of rocket. We got a toy car here. Various books, obviously. Some blast radius things. What is that? More board games. We got a mascot head, camera, birdcage, obviously. I mean, you guys can tell most of this stuff on your own. We do have some of the collectibles. We'll get a better angle of this here.
You must rebuild.
I'll rewind this just a little bit. As he says, I think that was Ron Perlman actually speaking. But after the fallout, it'll fall onto you to rebuild. So this is taking place before the war, obviously. I just lost my train of thought. We got this is taking place. This recording is taking place before the war. This, as we discussed just moments ago, is taking place around 30 years after the bombs dropped, before Fallout 1 even, based on the clock at the beginning of the trailer. We got a toy car, motorcycle, or maybe that's a miniaturette. We got references to Nuka World here on the side here. We have, of course, a Vault-Tec bobblehead, some robot miniatures, more magazines, checkerboard. This spaceship model is interesting. I don't know if that was actually something that was ever like a little model alien spaceship that was in the original Fallout 4. Although I do know it was referenced in past. Vault 76 at the very least was referenced in the Mothership Zeta DLC. Now, admittedly, that's not one I've completed, nor have I read all the terminals on that one. So I don't know for sure the context within that DLC. So if someone could actually like fill me in on that, or at least give me a short little summary, that would be great. Maybe we're gonna have a larger alien focus in this. So if we continue the trailer, we got more achievements, outstanding achievement award. I'm starting to think, based on how spacious this room is, this isn't a normal vault room. This could be the Overseer, so we could be playing as the Overseer going out of the vault. I don't know for sure. There's a bunch of other awards that I can't quite make out because just more. That caught my eye. I don't know. For some reason, my mind jumped to Five Nights at Freddy's, and if that's an Easter egg, that kind of disgusts me. We got a Giddy Up Buttercup here. I think that's a lint roller. But more Vault-Tec stuff. A bunch of post-it notes. I'm sure there's writing on there that we could make up. That spaceship is from Mothership Zeta. It crashed in the Capital Wasteland. There's one in New Vegas. Yeah, I know that, Dooney. But, oh, man. I was wondering if more, in regards to Mothership Zeta, because I know you board the alien mothership, and, but, I mean, we've seen that model spaceship throughout all the Fallouts. I mean, hell, that's the one that was in Fallout 4 even. So just the actual miniature, I don't know. It makes me think there might be aliens, and hell, maybe this is what Starfield is, Fallout 76. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. We won't know again until the game comes out or we get more information. So I wanted to. Okay, there's nothing noteworthy in the bathroom. You never know. So you're invited. There's a party going on, as referenced by a lot of the solo cups, the balloons, and everything, and the party hats we've seen. Otherwise, in the trailer, there's more Nuka World merchandise here. Otherwise, there's a bunch of scrap pre-war books, obviously. Otherwise, a bunch more scrap, like I said. We've got a little dining area. I don't see anything else noteworthy here, but as we pan out, we're going to see more of the lobby area, and there's a party going on here. So I believe, first glance, this looked like tennis court. I'm actually not quite sure now. This is some sort of, I want to say this is some sort of ball court. I can't tell for sure, though. But yeah, there was obviously some sort of party. Maybe the vault was opening. Maybe we're the sole survivor in the vault. We started as a singular child or something, and grew up as almost the Overseer. This is a soccer court? Oh, yeah, okay. No, I can totally see that now. I'm just dumb. Like I said, I first saw it, it looked like a tennis court. But I couldn't quite tell. We got, I think this is the mess hall over here. But yeah, as I was saying, it could be that we were the only inhabitant of this vault. I don't think that would be the case. I think this is more so just for...
Come here, boy. Come on, treat. Who wants a treat? Who wants a treat? Who wants a treat? You want a treat.
That was on the Bethesda feed. Alright, that scared the shit out of me. Anyway, Reclamation Day. So this is probably in reference to actually getting out of the vault using the GECK, yada yada yada. What has me curious, though, is, I mean, it's common knowledge that majority if not all, of the vaults. I want to say it's majority because I think some worked as intended in the lore. The majority of the vaults had some sort of disgusting experiment with them. I'm curious as to what this one is, because I want to assume that it's I want to assume there is one at the very least. Part of me is thinking, you know, maybe if we're going off my original theory, since this looks like it's taking place 30 years after the bombs dropped, give or take, we could have been a child and alone in the vault. We survived all this time, and now we're ready for Reclamation Day. As we see towards the end here, our character strapping up.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
So yeah, it is a standalone game, Donnie. It's not just DLC. I think Todd Howard said as much. It's our brand new game. I think it is a spin-off of Fallout 4 because it does look like they're reusing a lot of assets. So, you know, I'm starting to think. Okay, so hear me out. I think this is being developed in the same vein as Fallout New Vegas was, where it was using Fallout 4 as a Donnie, I don't think that's Vault 76, the one with the puppet. Let me double check. Fallout Puppet Vault. Puppet Man. No, that was Vault 77. You were one off. Puppet Man or Vault Dweller 77 was a soul. He was the only person in his vault, and all he had was a box of puppets. And he developed split personality disorder, and it's a really fucked up story. And there's reference to it in Fallout 3, even. I think there is in Fallout 4. But it was a spin-off comic. I think it's canon. But anyway, yeah. This, as I was saying before, I believe this is developed in the same style as New Vegas, where it's using the Fallout 4 engine and assets as a base. There's going to be some new things in here. But I'm hoping there's a better trailer, so I'm actually going to look. Fallout 76 trailer. 76 trailer. Okay, yeah, so we got the official teaser. Let's watch it on here. We'll get better quality, hopefully. I want to thank you guys for joining in the stream once again, but I'll play the stream. I'll mute myself and I'll play the full trailer for those of you who may have missed it, just in case you, again, haven't gotten the chance to see it. You want to see it again, I'll play it one more time. So I'll mute myself and get rid of the webcam so you guys can hopefully enjoy.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me.
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Okay, so yeah, that's the trailer again for those of you who missed it. Fallout 76. I must be a Pip-Boy 1000. I didn't actually bother looking at the Pip-Boy, funny enough. Holy shit, you're right. You know, Okay, this is following... No, that's the... Hold on. Yeah, that might be the Pip-Boy 1000. I just realized this is the actual clock from the beginning of the trailer, set off to the side as an alarm clock. It was the dude's Pip-Boy. I can show that by going back here. Here's a good look at it. If we go back over here abouts, you'll see. I just noticed that. That's so clean. I'm trying to see if it says Pip-Boy anywhere on it. Got the Geiger counter there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything identifying what it is Pip-Boy wise. Maybe if we go down over here again, we can maybe get a... Oops. I'm hoping... Stop it. Get some help. Pip-Boy... I can't make it out. Pip-Boy 1000. So you were right, Donnie. Pip-Boy 1000, as it says... Actually... I think that says 2000. I don't know, because I... It does resemble the Fallout 1 Pip-Boy, because, I mean, if you look at the time, 2102. Fallout 1, I think, took place in 2167. Fallout 1 time... When does Fallout 1 take place? When does Fallout 1 take place? I want to say it's 2167. It's 2161. Sorry. Pip-Boy 1000 was a little ass screen and a bunch of wires searched up. Okay, yeah. Let's do that actually. Pip-Boy 1000. Part of me doesn't feel like that's quite right. Well, I think this might be... I mean, this is from the Fallout 4 cinematic here. The Pip-Boy 1, but this would be... Yeah, this is the first Pip-Boy prototype. I don't think that's indicative of the actual model. I think this is more in line of what the Pip-Boy 1 was supposed to be. But then again, the Pip-Boy... The first ever Pip-Boy was drilled into the actual arm, if I remember correctly. Like, it wasn't something you could just pry off or clip on and on like this obviously can. Unless that might have actually been retcon, now that I'm thinking about it. But that's still... That's a prototype, because that's just a dude sitting in the lab actually, like, making it, I think. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know if there's been actual word on... Because, I mean, this is still taking place... Well, I guess realistically, the Pip-Boy 3000 would have been made pre-War II. I'm trying to remember when exactly this scene pops up in the opening cinematic for Fallout 4. Regardless, we can tell this is an earlier version of the Pip-Boy. That much we can agree. I actually... I mean, it's hard to beat the classic Pip-Boy that we know from, like, Fallout 3 onward. But this... I don't know. Something about this is really clicking with me. I really like the style. Maybe it's just because it's something new. And that gets me excited. Also, I think the suit's actually different, too, now that I'm looking at the Vault suit. Am I the only one getting that? I actually don't remember offhand what the Fallout 4 Vault suit looks like. Let's just get a side-by-side going. Images. Yeah, okay, it's a bit smoother, I want to say. if we actually like kind of get this side by side. Oh wait, shit, that didn't work at all. I'll just hold it here for now. But it just looks a bit smoother. Like it's still got like that, I don't know, that like tarp feeling, but you've got the pads on like the shoulders or forearms there on the side. It's also like a different bluish hue. I noticed he's also got the belt, so that's interesting. I mean, I obviously can't make too much sweeping judgments, but I didn't quite like the Fallout 4 vault suit. It felt a little bit too over-designed to me. I don't know if that makes sense. Think of like the Halo 5 or Halo 4 undersuits. It kind of felt like that to me, whereas this feels like classic vault suit, so I kind of like this. Pip-Boy 2000 is what you use in Fallout 1. Okay, so I think, I mean, let's just, yes, okay, this is Fallout, or Pip-Boy 2000. Fallout 2000, who the hell am I kidding? This is Pip-Boy 2000. This is a 2000, I should say. Lost my train of thought. I do like it though. I'm really skeptical because so far from what I know, the Fallout games have proceeded in like a chronological order. Fallout 4 being the latest in the timeline. But yeah, the belt is new. The shoulder pads like here, as I was saying, are different. I want to see. I mean, just like the texture of the suit different. The like glossy gold bit is kind of the same, I want to say. But like I said, this looks more classic Vault suit. Also, I just realized that the whole thing doesn't clip together. It's like a leather strap that like buckles down. Yeah. I don't know, it's a more simplistic Vault suit, and I think
in Vault
so
76,
loud.
Our future begins.
Okay, hear me out. Could this have a multiplayer or co-op component? Or, even worse, I say worse, ideally it's going to have like a multiplayer co-op component. Is this Fallout Online? I hate the sound of that. But, I mean, just listen to these last words here.
Our future begins.
Our future. Now, that... ideally, that could just be a pejorative of, oh, it's like humanity's future begins. But, GameSlin, that could just be a retcon. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Look up a picture. Yeah, alright. Let's do Pip-Boy 2000. Pip-Boy 2000. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely the Pip-Boy 2000 if I get a side-by-side going here. Actually, might it be better to do this one? This image? Hang on. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this. Okay, so I can do this, right? And pull up an image. Another window kind of like this. Let's see, that works. But I mean, yeah, it's obviously a Pip-Boy 2000. I mean, hell, just look at that. It's indistinguishable. Yeah, like I said, I think it is slightly retconned just for the sake of levity above all else. I think at the end it doesn't quite matter, the order of the components, but I mean, goddamn, it still looks cool. It's a pretty accurate recreation too, given that the technology was fairly limited around the time Fallout 1 came out. Lost to speculation was foo. Yeah, I don't know though. This is I mean, I'm excited for the game. But I guess I am a little bit concerned. Let's just pop open. Let's look at the comments. Okay, I'm interested. A great song can make any trailer better. Yes. It's probably 76-man battle royale. This will be really awkward when they're at the 76th Fallout game. Well, Fallout's probably gonna be a dead franchise. No, yeah, Donnie, I thought the same thing. Because I mean, when you look at this, right? When you look at this, just this transition here at the very beginning, it screams Fallout 3. Like this right here, the lights blinking on. I'm gonna zoom on, or zoom out. I mean, hell, I'll play the Fallout 3 reveal for comparison.
Unlimited photo storage.
Stupid
with
ad.
Pixel 2.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just for comparison. Where is it? Yeah, we got the light bulb flicking on and pulling out. Now that I am seeing it though, it is obviously different. But I mean, in the moment, I mean, this just screams Fallout 3 Remastered to me. But like I said before, way earlier, it wasn't until I heard the new song that made me realize, okay, so this is not this is not Fallout 3 Remastered. I'm fairly convinced there might be some sort of Jesus Christ. Fallout 76 contained 500 citizens, info from Computer and Citadel on Fallout 3, 500-man Battle Royale, or Fallout Shelter FPS. Cancerous. I don't think it's Battle Royale. That much I can say for sure. At least E3 is only 2 weeks away. Yeah. Part of me is just like, I need it here now, though. Like, this is terrible. Fallout 4.5. No, but like I was saying before, this obviously made in like, what is it? Like probably 2 years, 2 or 3 years, given the span it took from Fallout 4's release. So I'd say after the DLC cycle finished, they probably started working on this game. Because I mean, it's reusing a lot of the same assets in the same way New Vegas used a lot of Fallout 3's. I hesitate to call it a spin-off, though that's probably the more likely of the two answers. I think it's Fallout 76 that's getting to me. Why they didn't call it New Jersey, I think. Hold on. I think it's New Jersey. West Virginia. Way off. But West Virginia, there's a lot of I'm struggling to spit out words because my mind's racing. Here's a thought. What if we end up getting like a later down the line, assuming this is like a standard game, what if we end up getting like a Tale of Two Wastelands, but it's Fallout 4 and this game? Things I am hoping they drop and or flesh out, though. They need to flesh out the settlement system and not make it so just intertwined with the actual progression of the game. They need to leave it optional like they said it was going to be. They need to drop the voice protagonist because I think that was unanimously hated by any Fallout fan. Maybe not RPG fans. I know coming from a Mass Effect and Witcher background prior to this. No, I'm sorry, Mass Effect and like, yeah, let's go with Witcher. I don't know what to think of this. I don't want to excite myself. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to fall into the same trappings that happened with Fallout 4 and just get caught to this whirlwind of hype. I want to say we learned our lesson because I think a lot of us overhyped ourselves for Fallout 4. That left us into a state of this didn't meet my expectations by the time the game came out. But I like to think, I don't know. I like to, like I said, I'd like to think we learned our lesson. I don't know. The more I just nutted 76 times when this was revealed. Yeah, you can bet for the next year, Fallout 76 is going to be one of the top search results in Pornhub. So there's probably that to look forward to. I'm sure this trailer is going to be on Pornhub later. Especially a little bit with Todd Howard at the beginning. I don't know. I'm just more curious, like, what can they do with West Virginia? Like, just thinking off the top of my head. I mean, West Virginia and the Blue Ridge Mountains, simple. It'll be on Rule 34. That's almost a guarantee. West Virginia and the Blue Ridge Mountain. I could see that potentially as maybe we're like. Actually, I'm expecting that the vault is probably located outside of maybe like Harper's Ferry or Charleston. Or these will most definitely, at the very least, be locations we get to visit. Blue Ridge Mountains. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Let's see. Here's something that's more fun. I don't know if they learned their lesson. Yeah, that's the thing, Donnie. I don't know if anyone's learned their lesson. I think it might be more fun though to speculate like. Okay, so we know it's in West Virginia, but like, where in West Virginia are we going to get to explore? I mean, granted, this is gonna be. Did it say Blue Ridge in the song? Hold on. Now I have to go back and listen to the trailer again. God, Christ Almighty. John, I hope you're right. Blue Ridge Mountain. They mentioned the was it Shenandoah River though too? I mean, those are. I'm assuming those are fairly. I don't wanna do that. I don't want that either. Where are the Blue Ridge Mountains? Let's see. Blue Ridge Mountains. Okay, so Shenandoah River, is that probably the one that runs nearby? So there's here. Part of the Appalachian Trail. Okay. I think the song said Shenandoah River. Shenandoah River? Well, I'm assuming. Let's see. Shenandoah Valley. I'm assuming there's a river that runs through the valley. I don't want to make an ass of myself here. Okay, now I'm starting, like, vistas like this, I'm starting to imagine in Fallout, and I'm just, like, shaking. I'm giddy with excitement, especially, like, a landmark like this, assumingly. Now, I don't know when this would have been commissioned. I can't quite read it as it stands. But I'm assuming a landmark like this could, like, be on the trail. Yao Guai confirmed. Yeah, like I just can't wait to see all this nuked. Oh, here's a teaser, right here. This is what Fallout's gonna look like, guys. Aren't you excited? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's obviously a river going. Where is it? There's obviously some sort of bot. Actually, no, that's a car. Never mind. Made an ass of myself. It was inevitable. What can I say? Shenandoah River, though. I don't know if this is going to show me on... Okay, so yep, Shenandoah River. Now I'm curious, can we pick up anything else from the song?
Older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze, country roads.
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
You see, like I said before, the more I think about this, the more it makes sense for it to have some sort of multiplayer component. Because, I mean, this is 30 years after the bombs drop. Ish. And like, I don't want it to be Battle Royale. God forbid it's Battle Royale. But on the chance that it was, having some sort of Battle Royale for resources makes sense because it's fresh after the nuclear apocalypse. In fact, at this point in the timeline, the radiation zones are going to be at their highest. In fact, I think there's still going to be radioactive fallout caking the ground, like as topsoil, if I remember my lore correctly. But I'm confused as to whether the game will stay in that time period or if it's like 4, where it starts pre-war and delves into the shit. I am inclined to believe it's going to stay post-war because I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think the reaction to the post-war or the pre-war segment was kind of poorly received because it did predefine your character's origins. And also, like, it was appreciated that it showed what America was like before the war, which we'd only ever heard about in the past Fallout games. But again, this predetermined your character's past. You had a family, you were ex-military or a lawyer, respectively, and you were searching for your son. If they could find a way to do pre-war without predetermining your backstory and really allowing you to explore that a bit, I could see it working. However, I don't know if we're ever going to get more pre-war, at least in that sense, like we saw in Fallout 4, again in a Fallout game. I'm more than happy to be wrong, and I'm more than willing to see it executed correctly, but just from where I'm standing, or rather sitting, I don't see it happening. And I don't know if I'd like to see it happen, again, unless they prove me wrong. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. Smoky Mountains and Blue Ridge all connect. It said some military bunkers and stuff up there. By song sounds, it's gonna be country type settlement map. I could see that if they're gonna go for more of like a Fallout New Vegas type feel, John, where it's sort of a more desolate map. Especially fresh after the nuclear apocalypse. Again, assuming the chronometer on the Pip-Boy is correct, then I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's very shortly after pre-war. I'm interested in checking out this What Culture Gaming video, but I don't know if you guys want to see that on stream. Let's browse Twitter real quick. I'm actually curious about how Twitter is going. This would be a good time to drop my Twitter. You guys are free to follow me at Emperor Hotshot on Twitter. Wasn't Fallout 4 in year 2077? Fallout 4 pre-war was 2077. The actual game takes place 2287-ish. I think. It's 200 years after the war. The bombs dropped on October 31st, 2077. Yeah. The year is 2280 something in Fallout 4. Yeah, like I said, it's 2287. Pete Hines is being Pete Hines. We've been waiting a long time to show you what we've been up to. Tune in to Showcase Sunday, June 10th. Mark your calendars. 6:30 PT. 6:30 p.m. PT. Are there any more? Okay, let's go to Fallout's page. I'm assuming we're not getting much more information. Okay, right. And year oldest Pip-Boy was 21 something. It was 20. It was. What was it? It was 21. It was 2101, or 2102. Sorry. We can actually check right now. Yeah, 2102, October 17th, I think that is. October 27th, 2102. Yeah, so it's very shortly post-war, at least relatively speaking. It's closer than 200 years after the war. Just 30 years after Blast. Exactly. So people are already memeing. It's amazing we skipped 72 Fallout games though to get to this point. But like I said, I think this is more of a spin-off, like New Vegas was to 3. Okay, so this is worked on by 2 studios. Although Jason Schreier of Kotaku doesn't really have... he's actually been blacklisted from Bethesda. Actually, Kotaku as a whole, not just Jason Schreier. So I don't know if I can take his word on it. Yeah, so there's a lot of murmurs that it's online of some kind. Just looking. I'm seeing some skepticism on Reddit and Twitch about my reporting. Fallout 76 is an online game because I don't want to believe it. But again, if you spend weeks getting hyped for single-player RPG, you'll be disappointed. Just looking out for you guys. So I guess there is that. Okay, so I have mixed feelings. Let me read through some of the chat first. Very odd time frame, yeah. I don't know if I like it either. As long as they do it right, it'll be fun, hopefully. I do agree. If they do multiplayer right, it will be fun. Like I said, I think best case scenario to do multiplayer right in this sense would be to do co-op, where you could have like 4, hell, maybe 8 friends together in a game. Hell, go up to 16. Have 100 friends, like Subscribbles or something, that you can have in your game if you're a YouTuber, for example. But like, I don't want this to be the ESO of Fallout. A mod on New Vegas that depicts early years of post-war. I know there is a mod for that, Donnie. It's not New California, is it? Is that a different one? So yeah, I am correct. It is taking place... It's taking place fairly short after... Sorry, again, people are just memeing the number order. Country road to the place Office Clip. I belong. Yeah, so Todd, an absolute demon, you were saying? Oh, Jesus. Again, I don't want this to be the Elder Scrolls Online of Fallout. If there's any multiplayer component, I don't want it to be persistently online, but I'd like to have like drop-in, drop-out co-op. Unless, and this is a big if, but if they can do multiplayer, like persistent multiplayer, right, while still keeping it feeling like Fallout, and even bringing back some of that more skill / character build focus back into the game, this could be Game of the Year, and I would like it to be Game of the Year. But assuming these murmurs are true, which we likely won't know till June 10th, assuming these murmurs are true, it's going to be multiplayer focused. There have also been, okay, I do need to say, I believe Chris Avallone was working on this project. In fact, I want to check out if he actually tweeted anything. If I could type, that would be wonderful. Chris Avallone. Because like a year ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, he tweeted a picture of his little avatar here hugging the was it Vault Boy? But this should wait till E3 before getting hardcore opinions. Bethesda games for the most part are really good, and they would have to go completely off for it to be bad. I do agree with that. And despite my misgivings with Fallout 4, it was still a good game for the time I spent with it. There's also Obscurum and Epidemic. Oh, right, Fallout New Vegas mods. Yeah, there is that. Well, doesn't look like Chris Avallone has much to say other than retweeting the trailer. I don't think that's indicative of him working on Fallout 76, although currently threatened timeline. That raises an eyebrow. This is called Fallout 76. Yeah, it's Fallout 76, Sean. Again, as I've explained to other viewers, it looks like it's going to be a spin-off of the past game. In fact, I'll play the trailer for those new joiners once again. Just play Fallout Shelter and name your Vault 76. Exactly, you get the full game experience there. So I'll play the trailer again. If you guys spot anything that I may have missed before, feel free to call it out. Even if I didn't miss it and you'd want to point it out for other people, go ahead. I'll shut up.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me.
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Yeah, so there's the trailer again for those of you who may not have gotten a chance to see it yet, or just hopping in for the first time to a random stream. Thank you for stopping into my stream, by the way. It does mean a lot. And before same engine, people get super mad again. Well, Sean, I don't see that happening because, I mean, well, unless maybe people did have the same criticism. Yeah, I do agree the focus is going to be on the vault to some extent. Though then again, this is a teaser, so we won't know for sure. But I'm leaning in that direction for what it's worth. I do want to thank GamesLyn for a second for subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Thank you for showing your support. Yeah, I just don't know what to think. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. God, I don't know. I'm having a lot of mixed feelings, and I know it's early. It does look interesting seeing things actually sort of modernized in Fallout. Yeah, it's I did notice a few things. I want to go back through parts of the trailer again. I did notice a few things. More.
Life is older.
Okay, so confirmed this was a pocket watch, but I can't quite tell, and I'll full screen it so you guys can see better too. Okay, those look like some sort of antenna there. Maybe they're arrows. I can't quite tell what this assembly is here either. It looks pink. I want to say it looks like a quiver, but I don't want to make such an assumption. Actually, no, this looks like a toy robot. This looks like a toy robot facing down. But again, there's binoculars over here with baseball glove, obviously. This is Vault-Tec van, not a lunchbox as I thought of before. Let's just scan through this more. I want to double check. Got golf clubs so we can go golfing. Can't wait for that mod. Again, a lot of the assets are reused. I did want to go over the backpack again because I want to hope this is going to allow for people or players to have some sort of expansion built in the game to their inventory, so you can throw on a backpack and increase your carry weight. That would be ideal. I would love that. Am I probably asking for a lot? Yes. But I did think of one other thing. Will this have Creation Kit? I like to think that Creation Kit was fairly unanimously despised by fans. But if this has co-op, and if it's not a multiplayer game, I can see Creation Kit coming into it. Conceptually, at least. I know, we do have a Jangles the Moon Monkey over here, though. If we continue scanning. Again, we got a new board game for the Unstoppables. I was trying to read this before earlier in the stream. I think it's... I'm still convinced this is Dam, but Dam Hound, Dam... something, I don't know. But it's some sort of new lager, however you pronounce it. It's a new alcoholic beverage. Let's say that much. Soccer field inside, party going on in there, possibly opening to the outside. That is true. I like to think the person suiting up here is the overseer. I think that makes the most sense. Whether or not that's indicative of the player character, probably not. I like to think it is, just given like the time frame all of this is happening. Or maybe simply our character just happened to be a stubborn vault dweller who didn't want to leave the vault and was the last one, and finally is like, alright, you know what, screw it, I'm getting my gear on, I'm going out because there's not much left in here for me. Let's see, if we just go through here, we got books, more Halloween decorations. This looks like a toy rocket. Part of me thought it looked like a mini nuke before. Got more board games. Blast Radius is a classic. I can't tell what this one is. What if it's a 3D Tender Fallout Shelter type game? I don't want that because that's settlement mode, and I already have that in Fallout 4, and I already have Fallout Shelter. So I don't want a whole new game for that. I don't. God, it's so fucking loud. Just continue on through here. Some of the collectibles. There's more magazines here. I think it's that Awesome Tales. No, that's Something Life. It's not Lad's Life, is it? No, that couldn't be. I can't. I think that's another either Unstoppables or Awesome Tales. Jesus Christ, my chair just broke. All right, I want a Fallout type game too, not a build vault game. Yeah, I know. I agree, John. I want a Fallout game, and I want to return to form closer to what New Vegas was than what Fallout 4 was. That being said, I did like the graphical improvements to Fallout 4. It was a very pretty game, even if I wasn't a huge fan of the whole the different take on I forget what the architectural style is. I want to call it retro future. I don't think that's right, because retro future is more chromy, whereas Fallout 4's architecture was like curvy and very bright. There is a particular architecture style to it. It's not gothic like Fallout 3 was, which I really liked that architecture. But we'll have to see once we get in game. Yeah, Vegas was great. I would love... I mean, okay. So I mentioned this before. I'm going to say it again. I do believe we're still likely going to get a Fallout 3 remaster. Sorry, remake, not a remaster. Remaster being just a fresh coat of paint, whereas a remake is sending it into a new engine. I don't believe Fallout Capital Wasteland, the whole Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 mod that was being worked on, I don't believe that was... it's impossible for me to believe that was just shut down purely because, oh, we can't give you license for the voice lines. Because all of their other assets were being made through the team. They didn't port anything else. The only thing they wanted to port was the voice lines because those made Fallout 3. Now, I get that the Capital Wasteland team mostly kind of was like, okay, we wanted to recreate an authentic experience to Fallout 3 and Fallout 4's engine, and it wouldn't be the same if we couldn't get people like Liam Neeson in to do their lines. Yeah, they would have found a way. Exactly. But I just think it's impossible that mod got shut down if they weren't bringing out a Fallout 3. Plus, it's the 10-year anniversary. They freaking remastered, well, I suppose remastered Skyrim for Fallout 4's anniversary. Or not Fallout 4, who am I kidding? Skyrim's 5th anniversary, I think it was. So I don't believe they would just let an opportunity like this for Fallout 4 to just slip past them. Can you imagine Fallout 3 in the updated engine? I can, and I've seen screenshots. At least I don't have to look for Sean in this one. Don't jinx it. Hopefully, exactly, hopefully. But again, we got more Nuka World merchandise. I did notice the little Army Man toy figurine here the third time watching the trailer through. I think this is a cigar box here.
When the fighting is stopped.
I gotta stop hitting play by default. I did want to look at the trophy, or the case here, because we are able to actually read a lot of these plaques better. So best looking hair award. I can't read that one for the life of me yet. Performance award, Vault Hall. I want to say maintenance. That's probably not right. Yeah, I got Skyrim SE. It's a far better graphical game, and loading is way faster, very smooth. Yeah, no, I've actually started replaying Skyrim SE myself because I got mods to work for it finally. And it's a very pretty game, and it can look even prettier. It's very stable. I know Skyrim base Skyrim had that trouble. So one of the things about Fallout 3, if they do a remaster of Fallout 3 in the new engine, it's going to be a lot more stable, because for those of you who don't know, Fallout 3 is a very unstable game, especially on PC. I've had a number of crashes getting it to work. I know the Tale of Two Wastelands mod is like one of the definitive ways to play Fallout 3, because not only are you getting Fallout New Vegas's enhancements, you're also getting the engine stability, which, I mean, mashing two games together doesn't create the most stable game. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. I mean, just go look at the Master Chief Collection if you want an example on how badly it can work out. But just, I don't know. I like I said, I like to imagine they're bringing back Fallout 3 in the new engine as well, and they're just going to drop that at the end of their E3 conference. Because, I mean, yeah, we saw, what is it? What's the giant robot's name? I know we saw him marching through Liberty Prime. We saw him marching through the Wasteland again in Fallout 4, but seeing that in DC, and then like Project Purity and the Enclave just flying overhead again, that would be awesome. I played console. Fallout 4 came with 3. That is right. I think that was that a pre-order bonus, or was that just something they gave away with backwards compatibility? I want to say it was the former. Might have been the latter. But we can look at more of these medals. It was a pre-order. Okay, so I was right. Outstanding Achievement Award and appreciation for your commitment and dedication to our isolation program, sacrificing many so some can live. Excellence and bravery, and recognition of the... Let's see if I can get a... Control mystery. Without expression. I can't quite read that. Yeah, no, it has been a while. It's been 2 whole years since Fallout 4 came out. Can you believe? No, it's been 3 years. Holy hell. It's been 3 years since Fallout 4 came out. So, I don't blame you in saying it's been a while. I'm just trying to read more of these plaques. There's the annual Vault Halloween Costume Contest Award up here. The font's just too tiny on this one, and it contrasts really awfully on here. I want to study the courtyard. Yeah, I'll bring it out to the courtyard. Give me a second. Although I do want to take a peek at this desk here quick, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Just the... Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm convinced the character in this trailer is the Overseer. But I can't quite read what this plaque says here. I think it says Overseer of the Year. I could be wrong. I was at the midnight release. I'll never forget Fallout 2015. Right? Oh, man. I wish I could have made the midnight release. I don't think I've been to a midnight release yet, though, honestly. So, there's that. Okay, so here's the courtyard. Obviously some sort of party. I kind of like the idea that like the decorations are lost in time since the vault's opening, just based on the chronometer of the Pip-Boy's clock. But I mean, turns out it's a mobile game for iOS and Android. Yeah, it's actually Fallout Battle Royale Clouds. I do want to take a second to welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to leave comments and speculation that you may have. We're just discussing here right now, really. Helium and balloons, so recent party. That is true. I was actually thinking about that myself as I opened my loud mouth. Okay. So, hold on. Theory time. Ready? We're theory crafting. Isn't this exciting? So celebrate Reclamation Day. This could be the party because for like going out and actually reclaiming the outside world. So this is like they're about to crack out the Gek. They're about to open up the vault door for the first time in 30 years and step into the outside world. So this could be what this party is actually for. And maybe, in fact, maybe this is the day after because it looks like the vault's empty. So maybe everyone's outside already. So it could be that Vault 76 is going to be the first, quote, vault to open up, or one of the first vaults to open up post nuclear war, post collapse, or whatever it's called. I'm very interested in what they're going to do here. I'm interested in the story. I'm interested in the mechanics, and like I said, the more I think about it, the more it sounds like it's going to have some sort of multiplayer component. What's the deal behind this vault again? It's only been mentioned in past Fallout games, Donnie. It hasn't been... We haven't seen much about it otherwise. Best looking vault? Yeah, I would agree. What's the gimmick? Exactly. And that's the thing. Was this a vault that had an experiment behind it like so many others were? Keep in mind, there were a few that were normal. Could this be one of the normal ones, or was there some dastardly experiment behind it? I don't think there was, just given off what we're seeing now, but it's too early. It's just too early to tell. I will agree though, John, it is a good looking vault, setup wise. I like the cafeteria being up here too. I don't know why that's pleasing to me. There's a normal one. Look at the wiki. Has the wiki been updated? Last I looked, Vault 76, it only said it had been mentioned. Vault 76. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's see. We got the Vault Tech Terminal and Citadel lists Vault 76 as a control vault. Okay, so it was a normal vault. Yes, okay. With 500 occupants. Okay, again, this is making me lean more towards multiplayer. 240 months. What is that in years? 240 divided by 12. Let's open up calculator quick. Because I can't do mental math to save my life. $240. What was the gimmick with 101? Gimmick with 101, I think, was like a so it is 20. Okay. Yeah. The gimmick with 101 was I think it almost like a dictatory or like a fascist overseer. In fact, let me double check that. Vault 101 experiment. What was the experiment with Vault 101? Was to stay closed indefinitely. They never wanted to open the vault. That was the experiment with that one. But of course that was broken to let in your dad, Liam Neeson, into the vault. I am curious. Okay, yeah, so well, shit, okay, so I'm still thinking 20 years in the vault was officially closed, waiting post Fallout. Hopefully the choices will have impact a lot more than Fallout 4. Well, that's what I'm saying, Clouds, like, okay, let me clarify. I would like a co-op style gameplay to this, but if there is a multiplayer focus, I think that's going to take away from a lot of the actual story in the game. I do hope there's no voice protagonist. I might be in the minority about that. I didn't think it worked in a Fallout game. I didn't think the predetermined backstory worked in the Fallout game. I like just being a vault dweller and being able to go from there, from past iterations. But I mean, oh boy, I don't know what to think about this. Yeah, there's not a whole lot else behind it. Oh, actually, okay, yeah, I did want to go back to this point, though. If the vault was closed for 20 years, right, before it officially opened again, and the chronometer on the Pip-Boy read as about 30 years later. I think that leads more credence to the theory, unless it's being retconned, of course, but I think that leads more credence to the theory that this person, this character in the teaser at least, stayed behind longer than others. But then again, that doesn't explain why there's still helium in a lot of the balloons in the lobby or the atrium of the vault, as you will. So I mean, maybe it's just one or two losers throwing another party like, hey, we got spare bullet, helium and booze. Let's throw a rager in the lobby. But we're not gonna find out until it gets closer to E3, obviously, or better yet, release. I do want to say I can almost guarantee this is gonna come out this year. Yeah, Clouds, the Pip-Boy is actually, we determined it is a 2000 model, as shown here. It's the same one that appeared in Fallout 1. And it's also, the game is taking place before Fallout 1 as well. So all of that's been uncovered in this stream. Yeah, if anyone else from outside, like around Reddit or anything, has any other tidbits, I mean, we can start searching now too if people are curious. Let's look back at the 76 thread. Made by Anthem. Like I'm cautiously optimistic about this. Let's say that I'm cautiously optimistic. Probably July or August. Like Fallout 4 came a lot quick after the trailer. Well, that's the thing. Like I do think it is gonna sell towards the end of the year because it's going to capitalize on sales. Then it's probably gonna compete with Anthem, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about this. If this does have a large multiplayer focus, it could be competing with Anthem. I'm just throwing it out there. In fact, while we're okay, let's take this thread a little bit further, shall we? To say this is a multiplayer game, is it going to be Destiny but better? Is it going to be the better Destiny Fallout equivalent? I will agree, John and Donnie, that probably around October, November is when we're probably going to see this game released. If it's before then, I will be surprised. Happily so, you know, assuming this is a good game. I'm assuming it's going to sell for the full $60. If it is online, I hope to God there's no subscription service, because fucking shoot me in the neck if there is. But yeah, I don't know. It's something. It's something, alright. Sorry, just changing the stream name. Didn't like Destiny. No, neither Destiny game was all that great, especially story-wise. But if they can take that concept of a persistent multiplayer world that's affected by your choices, as the original concept was, I think Fallout could do that well. Microtransactions in Destiny, don't get me started. I could do a whole separate stream on that shit, especially with the latest Iron Banner emote. That actually pissed me the hell off. But yeah, so this is a thing, I guess. Yeah, if they can take the original vision of Destiny and like put a Fallout skin on top of it and make it work, of all things, that could be perfect. And I think that would really be to the benefit of gamers everywhere. John, I want to thank you as well for subscribing. It means a lot, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. It's not... Yeah, I'd say it's supporting the channel. It doesn't feel like the right word for a minute, but thank you again. I appreciate the subscription. But yeah, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping to make more videos in the future. By the way, for those of you subscribing and dropping in on the channel, I'm hoping to make more videos in the future covering this and other games coming out this year. I'm finally getting a relatively normal schedule thanks to my job. So there is that. So if you're subscribing and hoping for future streams and content, you have that to look forward to. Again, I do want to take a second to also plug my Twitter. If you feel like following me on there, great, at Emperor Hotshot. If you don't, it makes no difference. You'll probably unfollow me within a week anyway. So there's that to look forward to. Donnie can probably verify that. But yeah, so there's all that. I want to get that out of the way. Thank you again to all those who have been stopping by and taking a second to check out the stream and join the conversation. It does, again, mean a lot. And we're just having fun. It's a more chill stream, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I am loving this discussion we're having. Again, there's not a whole lot more, at least Twitter-wise, I don't think. It's just a lot of people like, oh my god, Fallout 76 is coming, huh? Would be sweet if there was a multiplayer where you could play with or without friends online, but still build a vault. Yeah, like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, I wasn't totally against the whole workshop aspect of, say, Fallout 4. I thought it was, it had potential. And the gameplay trifecta they had of shoot, loot, build was very, it's a satisfying it's a satisfying gameplay structure on its own, but when you try to ham-fist story in there, it just doesn't really work. I think Fallout 4 was kind of a good example of that, where the story just really didn't fit with the other mechanics, but that gameplay loop was very addicting. State of Decay has the same problem, where the gameplay loop is very addicting, but it's the story that just doesn't appeal. It doesn't grab your attention. God, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'd love to hear what you guys say. Like, assuming the rumors are true, what type of multiplayer would you like to see? Do you want an Elder Scrolls Online? Do you want a Fallout Online? Do you want just Fallout co-op? I know I'm in the party of leaning more towards co-op, where you can just have your friends gather, because I think, as John said in the chat, that'd be just really addicting to have some friends jump into your game and just loot, shoot, and build together, especially if you can build your own vault, especially if you can add on and build to Vault 76. Can you expand and offer shelter? Can we play Overseer? I don't know. I did say a little bit before, and I want to go into that a little bit again, though, that I do want a more in-depth character build and progression style back into the game. Maybe a Divinity Original Sin type 2 type co-op. You know, that could be really cool. My only problem with that is I don't know. Well, okay, I agree and I disagree. So the only gripe I'd have is that you'd have to create a new character every time you want to play with friends, assuming you don't have a game already going together, which could get annoying. At the same time, I like that because you can't just jump into your friend's game with an OP character and just destroy everything, unless they did something where enemies scaled to that specific player, so the difficulty was fairly universal all the way around. The only problem with that is the game gets really boring when enemies just scale to you. I do prefer, like in New Vegas, where you had certain zones where different enemies of different difficulty and different playstyle existed in the world. Like you had the Powder Gangers at the very beginning, and then you had, what was it? The, oh god, what were they? They were the, like, savage, raiders. Oh, what were they called? I want to say Ferals, that's not right. The Fiends, that's what it is. But they were out in the higher level areas. They weren't even the highest level raider gang out there. John says, not like ESO, but more like GTA 5 type in a private room, maybe option drop and drop a full map with others. Yeah, I'd like that. Again, just my biggest concern is, how is the story going to interweave with a multiplayer game? Is there even going to be a story? Have we considered that even? I don't know. There was this little tidbit from the stream. This had me geeking at work, where some dude with a little Fallout puppet of the Vault Boy just did a little dab and slid off screen. What if they took inspiration from the Fallout New Vegas multiplayer mod? You mean the one that doesn't really work? All Bethesda jokes aside, of it not working anyway, it just works. I don't know. I don't know. I do have to say, if they were going to release anything, I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't give us something a little bit Elder Scrolls related. Then again, I guess they did just have that huge Somerset drop for ESO that came out. At least it's out for me. I got an early code. So if you guys want to see some of that in the future, feel free to let me know. Shoot me a message on YouTube or at Twitter, whatever. Let me know what you want to see. But yeah, skip Fallout 5 through 75 just to go to 76. Oh no, I am very curious. There's obviously going to be a lot of references to Fallout 4. I mean, the room was just littered with Nuka World stuff. Which again, that could just be for continuity and because they needed props to fill up this little teaser trailer. But I don't know. Yeah, there's not much on the Twitterscape. Let's check out the cesspool that is Reddit. Okay, let's go. Is Fallout here? Yep. Okay. Well, this guy has to drink the entire 5-ounce bottle of Tabasco sauce. So, there is that. I'm. What if the real Fallout announcement was the friends we made along the way? I want to. Is there any actual news on what we got? Where is Nuka World? The only from 4. What, Donnie? If you want to see where the Nuka World teaser stuff is, it's like right here. You got the, what is it, Cappy and Bottle? I don't know. I never played Nuka World. The DLC honestly didn't interest me, but I might play through it on a stream just because why the hell not? But there's more Nuka World stuff. If we go back even, I think it's here. Maybe not. But they got the Nuka truck somewhere in the trailer here. I think it's on the shelf, probably. I'm just making an ass of myself. Nope, okay, well, I lost it. But there are more references to Nuka World throughout the trailer. Oh no, the truck's right here. Nuka World Cup here. Part 4, Dat Boyodi. Part of 4, Dat Boyodi. Oh yeah. So it's in the same state. No. It's just memorabilia from Fallout 4. This is supposedly taking place in Virginia, West Virginia. The location of Nuka World is in... I think it's just outside of Boston. I'm pretty sure. Like 80% sure. Okay, 95. Okay, 75. Let's double check. Where is Nuka World? Nuka World. In real life. Okay, there's not really any talk or at least definitive answers on where it is, just Boston, yeah. Because DLC for 3 in New Vegas took place in the surrounding states. Yeah, but I don't think... No, Fallout 4 didn't really follow that trend. Although, I guess, oh shit, where was Bar Harbor? Is Bar Harbor in Massachusetts? Or is that Virginia? God damn it, now I gotta look this up. It's in Maine. So, yeah, Far Harbor did follow that trend. I don't know where Nuka World was for the life of me. I think it was Boston. I'm pretty sure it was Boston because it's Boston because the entrance to the actual Nuka World County Park or whatever, the park grounds, is in Boston. In fact, I found it accidentally in my last playthrough of Fallout 4. I just never went in. But yeah, I don't know. God damn it. I'm happy we have more Fallout, but again, I'm in the crowd of like, I kind of wish we got Jesus Christ, Elder Scrolls instead. But again, I can't speak for everyone. Let's just look through Reddit. Let's see. Do we have new? This could be toxic. I think the Bethesda teaser screenshots. We may be way off. Yeah, John, we could be awfully off cash. The Fallout Twitter page says, when fighting stops and the Fallout settles, what else? What could that mean? This better not be a vault manager. Does it say that on the Twitter page? Let's open up Twitter again. Twitter, Fallout. I can't talk. Or I can't type. Jesus, I can't do both, actually. It's pretty awful. I'm sure you guys are getting a healthy dose of that. Did I see a screenshot of Open World on Twitter? I don't believe so. The fighting has stopped and the Fallout has settled. Well, that's just a direct quote from the actual trailer. And this is not in regards to anything else, Cash. Tyro, I don't think... If you can send a link, that would be great. I don't think there was an image of the open world. Unless, does this it here? Hold up. No, that's just a painting. Alright, that's fan art. Shite! Go on images. Let's do this. Fallout 76. Let's just do this. There's the TV. No, that's a pre-war recording. There's the TV with it. What are you guys trying to figure out? We're just kind of discussing right now, Juan, about, I guess, the setting and stuff of the game. We're just having a general discussion, debate about what the game is going to have, what it's going to entail. If you guys want a rundown of what we talked about so far and whether or not you'd like, or if you just want to give your opinion straight away, by all means. Yeah, I don't think there's been any images of the open world, though, so far, Tyro. But if you can get the link to me, either through Twitter or YouTube, that'd be great. Shits and giggles, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So, I guess we'll probably wrap up at some point soon here. But I guess since more people are joining, welcome, by the way. I do want to get your opinion. What do you think they had vapes? Donnie, die. I do want to get your guys' opinion for those of you who are just joining. Since it is seemingly, it's hinted at. Jeez, I can't get my words together. It seems it's being hinted at that there is going to be some sort of multiplayer element to the game. What type of multiplayer would you like, and would you even like to see multiplayer in your Fallout game? I believe there's really two options, one of which being a persistent MMO with a Battle Royale influence in multiplayer, whereas the other one could be something as simple or innocent per se as co-op, like in a Borderlands or Divinity or some co-op style where you can either drop in and drop out with your friends or just play the game solo if you prefer. I gotta roll traveling this evening. Take care, guys. Catch you on the next stream or vid, bro, later. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, John. Great meeting you, pal. Hope you stop by for plenty of streams in the future. It was great debating with you and just talking in general. But yeah, take care, safe travels. Don't go to Virginia because it might get nuked. In my opinion, I think you play as the Overseer or a son. It would be around 20-25 years after the bombs dropped. That would be in West Virginia, DC area. Has some importance. 1776, 2076, Vault 76. Bethesda cucked enough to hop on the Battle Royale theme. No, I think any Battle Royale games or game modes coming out this year will be dead on arrival. Battle Royale is a terrible genre. I'm sorry for those of you who are a fan of it. It does not have enough to support an entire game. Fortnite, I mean, it's basically a meme on how bad Fortnite is, despite it continuously beating records, breaking records, and now going to court with, oh, fucking Christ. Now going to court with Bluehole for PUBG, the PUBG Corporation. Has anyone mentioned the isolation program plaque? Yeah, okay, I think we briefly touched on that before. Let's go back to the plaques. Let's see. Let me full screen this again. Was it the Excellence and Bravery, or was it the other one? Hold on. The Isolation Program plaque. Oh, okay. Our Isolation Program. No, this the Outstanding Achievement Award. I want to say this is just referring to because again, this is assuming the character in the trailer is the Overseer. This outstanding achievement is just for, hey, thanks for being Vault-Tec. Thanks for being the Overseer. You survived the apocalypse. I think that's basically what it's saying. I could be wrong. Because, frankly, I've never seen this plaque before. It could, for all I know, it could be in the past Fallout games. Juan says, I feel like Vault-Tec lied and told us everyone in the world would be safe when they were ready to leave Reclamation Day. So instead of being fucked in the vault, it'd be done later. You see, the thing is, I don't know, like, in general, when the vaults were supposed to open up. I think a lot of the vaults had different dates on when they were supposed to open up. It says that Vault 76 was a control vault, so this was a normal vault. It didn't have any weird experiment or anything, despite other vaults being fucked. But again, I could be wrong. I frankly just don't know. That could be retconned in this game. Fallout Shelter 2, yeah, that's been memed. Yeah, this is 20 years, but if you look at, that's the thing. So bombs dropped on 2077, October, I think it's 21st, 2077. There's no way the Earth is viable at this point in time. Well, it depends on what type of nukes are used, Donnie. Nuclear fallout could just only be topsoil, or it could have completely dissipated. There's still going to be high levels of radiation throughout the world. I don't think there's still going to be nuclear fallout falling from the air. I don't think the bombs blasted high enough. The mushroom clouds went high enough to leave lingering fallout in the atmosphere. At least 20 years later. 10 years later after the bombs dropped, possibly. 20 years later is a bit of a stretch. 30 years later, like this trailer implies, if we go back here, October 27th, 2102. This is approximately 30 years after the bombs drop. Vaults open 20 years after closing. I believe Pip-Boy says 25 years post. Yep, thank you, Arthur, confirming this with here. It's somewhere between 25, 30. I haven't been fucked to do the actual math because I got done with work immediately after this, and I've just turned off my brain for the evening. Isn't the date on the Pip-Boy different in the first scene and the last scene? No, it's actually the same. I think the time is different because this is the time here. October 27, 2102. We'll double check just to be sure. Yeah, October 27th, 2102. Yeah, it's just the time that's different. Jeez, chat's scrolling by. Finton, Tom said it's going to be in a new direction. Also said it would release 2 more games before Fallout 5, so it could be DLC. No, I don't think it's DLC. This is more likely a spin-off. Like New Vegas was to Fallout 3. This could be the essentially New Vegas to Fallout 4. Do I think that means it's going to be better than Fallout 4? We will have to see, because at this point in time, I'm cautiously optimistic for the game, but I am ready to be disappointed at any time. Let's see, what else do we have in chat here? Hayden says, why is the Country Road song in the trailer Fallout universe broke off from our universe in the early 50s and 60s, right? So why is the song from 1971 in Fallout? I think it's just to kind of announce where the game is taking place. West Virginia. Again, Bethesda is known for retconning and taking liberties with the lore. I mean, just look at the XO1 power armors and the T60 in Fallout 4. Those were huge retcons in the lore. So again, I think they're taking liberties. And it's still possible, despite their universe branching off from ours, it's still possible to have figures and or media, or at least versions of it, appear into this alternate timeline. In Fallout 3, this was one of 17 control vaults. It was scheduled to open 20 years after the bombs fell. This is 25 years later. Yeah, thank you, Darkness. Cash Daughtry, check out some of the West Virginia pics from 1950. Yeah, okay, why don't we do that? That could be fun. We were actually looking at some places where this game could be taking place. There was a desolate picture of the West Virginia, the Blue Ridge Mountains. Let's see, actually, let's go back to those ones. Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Blue Ridge? Yeah, Blue Ridge Mountains. So if we go to images, let's see. Granted, we were looking at travel guides before when we had that awkward dead image of... Okay, so this is what it's going to look like in Fallout, kids. Just a little less green down here, unless you have mods. Listen to the song closely. It's specifically a West Virginia song stating Shenandoah Valley and Under the Blue Ridge Mountains. Yep, we covered that a little bit earlier in the stream. Let's see. Yeah, let's actually look at the West Virginia pics from 1950 though. That could be fun. Could be interesting to give us sort of an idea of what we're gonna look like, what we're gonna look at aesthetically in the game. At least it can give us a more accurate representation. Let's see. Yeah, I'm already getting Fallout vibes from this. Just every time I look at pictures of like the West Virginia area, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see that nuked. Which may not be the healthiest mindset to go in with. But all things considered, this looks like it'll be fun. Let's see, what else we got in chat here? Finton, I have 3 exams tomorrow, but Fallout is more important. No, Finton, please, buddy, study for your exams, please. It is important. I wish I studied better in my high school exams. I'm assuming it's high school. Maybe you're taking college exams later. I don't know. I'm not going to assume. Darkness says, welcome to Capitol Hill, day after, except this isn't Washington. It's a giant concrete box nestled on a hillside, White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Capitol Hill. The Greenbrier Resort and Bunker, built in the 1950s, the same time period as Fallout series. Well, okay, the 1950s... Well, okay, Fallout branched off around the 1950s, 1960s, because the Cold War, as we know it, still happened for the most part. I believe Vietnam and all of that progressed, again, as we know it, in this timeline. But then it's the events after that stay relatively the same, whereas American consumerism and corrupt bureaucracy kind of just went to the extremes and spiraled off into what eventually caused the Great War, a great resource war, and eventually the nuclear fallout. What about Fallout VR and Miami location? Well, okay, so Fallout Miami is that's a mod being worked on, and that was only rumors, I think, before. Fallout VR is a standalone project for Fallout 4, I believe. Juan says, I'm just glad it wasn't a Fallout game released on Switch. Well, I won't be surprised, because it's on the Fallout 4 engine, I won't be surprised if it does get a Switch port. Arthur says, Excellence Bravery Prax says, in recognition of the canned mystery meat experience, you volunteered to eat when no one else would. We were proud to have you and glad you are not dead. That's a Vault Tech plaque if I've ever heard one. Darkness Risen says, Greenbrier Resort was built early 1950s. It was never used by the U.S. What if this Fallout was built where... What if this shelter was built where this was? It's the area song states and would already a bunker in real life. Let's check that out. Okay, Greenbrier Resort, was it? Yeah, Greenbrier Resort. Let's see, the Briar Bunker. All right, let's check this out. Yeah, I could see this being where the vault is, especially if it's still built under the actual resort. I think you might have hit the nail on the head with that one, Darkness. I mean, already I'm just getting Fallout vibes from this. I mean, hell, this just reminds me of the CIT from Fallout 4, the Institute. Yeah, Jesus. Hayden says, as much as I love Fallout, it still annoys me that 2 Fallout games have been released since Skyrim was released. Well, okay, Hayden, to be fair, we had the same thing happen with Oblivion. We had Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas in between then, too. ESO Lamau, yeah. Give a man another Elder Scrolls game. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is I don't think we're going to be getting Elder Scrolls content. Because they just had that huge content drop for ESO, and I think so long as ESO still has not a live team but is getting active development, I don't think we're going to be seeing another Elder Scrolls game. This game also rumored to be created by BGS. It is created by BGS. Obsidian confirmed they're not working on it. Todd himself came out and said this is what our team's been working on. It's actually being worked on by both the Austin and the Maryland team, I believe. Austin being the former Battlecry studio. I wonder if they'll go through with Fallout Online. You know, there's rumors, Puff, that this is what this game is supposed to have, a heavy multiplayer focus. A lot of leaks have said as much, so there's a lot of speculation as whether or not this will be Fallout Online or if it's going to be a co-op type deal. Darkness Tata said ES6 wasn't in development because the technology isn't here yet. Yeah, I won't expect... I probably won't expect another Elder Scrolls until like 5 years from now, if I'm being frank, at least. You can actually quote me on that. Burning One, I don't think this has gotten very well in my opinion. I'm gonna wait and see. As I stated before, I'm cautiously optimistic. Maybe they felt they needed to put Fallout back on the pedestal after Fallout 4. Hey, yeah, no, that's actually a fairly good point, Donnie. I don't know. It's like Fallout. Am I wrong in assuming that Fallout 4 wasn't as well received as past Fallout games, Fallout New Vegas especially? I think controversies like the dumbing down of mechanics, RPG mechanics, sorry, the voice protagonist and the set backstory and lack of roleplay or definitive roleplay really hurt this game, as well as like just the sheer focus on settlement building when it was said that it wasn't going to be that big of a focus. I think those really took down the overall quality of Fallout 4, which it's still a very good game, as we talked about before. That gameplay loop of shooting, looting, and building is very addictive. It works in its own. It works in State of Decay, but it's when you try to ham-fist a story into that gameplay loop that it stops working. I think when you develop a game like that, you need to have the gameplay loop on the side, and then the story is its own separate module. But again, I'm just not that familiar with this type of game design to really know for sure. Most of my expertise comes from 2D and shooter type games. So I can't really say for sure. I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start with going about building a Bethesda Game Studios type game. Darkness Rising. I'm praying it's a Fallout New Vegas. it's like Fallout New Vegas was an amazing spin-off game. I think all of us are praying for that darkness. It's man, I want this to be the Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4. I want this to be an amazing game. I pray to God it's an amazing game. I hope it has everything we could want, and then some. Darkness also said co-op. Jason Schrader said it wasn't an MMO, but not a traditional single player. Okay, well that leads more credence to either co-op or the Destiny type multiplayer, where it's not an MMO, it's an MMO light, where you can see other players, you can interact with them, but you're still only really playing with yourself or a fire team or what have you. Which makes me nervous, because again, just traditionally speaking, we've had the Division and the Destiny, and assumingly Anthem, where just stories haven't worked in those type of games, and those type of games haven't worked at all, really. People want to do a Fallout, like, okay, let's go through more chat. Burning One said if people want to like Fallout 4, they can. In my opinion, no, I don't like it. The gunplay was improved, but it lost a lot in the process. I do agree with that 100%. The gameplay in terms of shooting and that sort of stuff was vastly improved, and it was superior, in my opinion, to past objectively superior to past games. Did it take away a lot of the roleplay mechanics, such as dice rolls on shots and damage? Yeah, but at the same time, it added a little more, I don't want to say skill, but like your own personal touch into the actual shooting. Juan says for sure most of my friends prefer to play New Vegas over Fallout 4. A few replay it as much. Yeah, I replay Fallout New Vegas more than 4 myself. New Vegas was a good game though. Oh god, not Destiny. Just glad it's not a remaster. Well, and Angie, I do believe it is going to be. I do believe we're still going to get some sort of remaster, if not remake, of Fallout 3, just to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. Again, as I stated before, I just don't see a very good reason besides the voice lines to really just shut down the Capital Wasteland project. So again, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but that's the best I've got. I do want to take a second to thank some new subscribers. Burning One and Darkness Rising, thank you for subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot. You're supporting the channel. I am going to get back into making regular content, and for those of you who want to get updates on what I'm doing off of YouTube, you can follow me over on Twitter at EmperorHotshot, or don't. You'll probably unfollow me within a week anyway. So there's that. I want to get that out of the way. Thank you to all you who are joining the stream, though, and joining the discussion. I really appreciate it. But going back to what I was talking about with the Fallout 3 remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, I do think it's likely. They might kind of tag it on like they did with Skyrim Special Edition at the end of the E3 conference. It's like, okay, we have all this awesome stuff, but then here's this to end it on. And they're just going to show off like a little teaser of Fallout 3 Remastered, and maybe it's a pre-order bonus with Fallout 76. Just spitballing. It might not be. It might not happen. I would like it to. Darkness, I'm hoping it's like a traditional co-op with 2 players. That's it. Okay, 2 players for sure. 4 players ideal. If you could make it truly chaotic and have up to like 8 or 16 players in a lobby, that would be awesome. Just as someone who likes to create stories and content, imagining the machinima possibilities from having like 16 players in a game is just, it's making my mind race with possibilities. But again, yeah. Cash, do you think they changed the dialogue system? I do think so. This game would have likely had around 3 years of development time, assuming it started right after Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 launched. Sorry. I do think they dropped the system they had in Fallout 4 because, I mean, the dialogue system was just poorly received. They said as much almost immediately after that. Yeah, people really did not like this dialogue system, so we're going to change it going forward. Hayden, Fallout 3 was hinted at a lot during the live stream, and personally I'm still hoping for a remaster that's playable without mods. Yeah, well, okay, so here's the thing for me about the stuff going on in the background of the live stream, before Fallout 76 is that a lot of that I don't think had anything to do with the actual game. I mean, for fuck's sake, there was someone who took the Fallout Vault Boy puppet and made him dab and then slide off screen. There was someone with the Sons of a Harpy mask earlier in the stream who just appeared on stream. There were people who like danced by and stuff and just awkwardly walked on, but they were all people who worked on Fallout and Bethesda games previously, so they all had relevance in that regard. But I think a lot of them were just having fun trying to build hype and like speculation. They said as much that they were watching the Reddit when they confirmed. Someone asked on the Reddit like, hey Bethesda, if you're reading this, make the bobblehead nod, and then they flicked the bobblehead and they posted the pic like, hey user so and so, we flicked it. Yeah, a remaster would make my life as well. Darkness. Fallout 3 remastered with the Fallout 76 like they did with COD 4. Then Infinite Warfare released. That's the only reason I bought Infinite Warfare. I think that's the only reason a lot of people bought Infinite Warfare. My best friend, who is a COD fanatic, did as much as well. He bought it mostly for the Modern Warfare remaster. Hayden, I really hope they change the dialogue system to one like New Vegas with multiple options with what you say depends on your special stats. Yeah, I would like character building to come a lot more into play for role play and just gameplay as a whole. In fact, I would just like character builds to really affect the world and the gameplay. I mean, we've seen modders mod Fallout 4 so that how do I say this? They brought back the old skill system and the old dialogue system. So I think they're going to take cues from that and really add it into the new game and help it feel like more classic Fallouts. And then if that's the case, I can't wait to see what modders will do, because it's on the same engine using the same assets. I can't wait for like a Tale of Two Wastelands with Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, assuming they're going to be able to do that, because I mean, it's a Bethesda game. We have to assume there's going to be some modding support. Creation Club scares me, but we'll touch on that maybe in the future at some point. Donnie says, it's one thing Bethesda can do is build hype. A lot of people on the reveal stream said this was bad marketing promotion, but it builds a lot of tension amongst the community. Yeah, I would agree. Alex, so is this a new game or a remaster? It is a new game. I'll play the trailer one more time before I end the stream here in a bit, for those of you who are just joining. Thank God that E3 is only 12 days away. Those 12 days can't come sooner, though. There are a lot of games I'm looking forward to. There's supposed to be new Star Wars content there, both a new game and DLC for Battlefront. We're going to be getting Nintendo stuff, the new Pokemon game. We're going to be getting Smash, which I cannot wait for. There's going to be Rage 2, Battlefield. I want to see more on because I just don't know how to feel about it at this point. There's speculation about a Titanfall 3. We could do another stream in the future about E3 speculation and stuff if you guys would like. But that's enough of that for now. We'll watch the trailer once more for those of you who are just joining and haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. So here we go.
Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me.
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Okay, so there's a trailer for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it before. I'll respond to more comments in the chat real quick. So where was I before? Yeah. So, Mortal Kombat 11 is there haven't there rumors around a new Mortal Kombat? I actually haven't heard any if that's the case. If so, that's awesome because Mortal Kombat is awesome. Bethesda has 2 new games releasing, and they said they weren't Fallout, so Fallout 76 plus 2 games. I mean, I guess there's been speculation that one of those games has been a Game of Thrones game for a while. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if Bethesda can really do a lot with a Game of Thrones game, to be completely honest. So, assuming Starfield isn't Prey DLC like I think it might be, I think we can expect that within the next year or two. And then, I have no idea what the other game could be. It could be that Fallout 76 became one of those other games and just development caused them to be like, okay, well, we have this game, but it didn't end up working out, and we have a deadline to release a project, so let's just turn it into Fallout. That could be what we're looking at here. The Burning One, I have mixed feelings on the trailer. Well, it is a teaser. It's not... It's just to say, hey, we're working on this game. Hey, it's coming out. Hey, it's a thing. It's not meant to give a depiction of gameplay. It's a teaser. We're going to get many more trailers, probably within the next months. For sure, next 2 weeks. June 10th is when they said we're going to get more information. So mark your calendars. It was 6 p.m. PT. So I think if you're Central Time like me, that's going to be around, I think, 8:30 p.m. So I think that's around the same time they had their conference last year. Could be wrong. Donnie said Rage, and hopefully we'll see some more Starfield. Yeah, again, Starfield, I don't know what to think about that. What if the hat on the bed is the mysterious stranger's hat, and this is his story? I can't tell if you're memeing Darkness, but no, it's not even a fedora. I think it's a bowler. It's like a mix between a bowler's hat and a fedora. If we go back to the bed. If we go back to the bed, said no one ever. To me at least, you know. I don't think that's a fedora. Yeah, actually, that might be a fedora. It's actually in West Virginia, Alex. The song confirms that much. It is a trilby, you are correct. Yes. That's like if a bowler hat and a fedora had a baby, it makes a trilby. It also sounds like a Pokemon. I think it is a trilby. Well, let's find out. And not quite. Oh, wait. Here, it's a guide to hats, guys. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's so wrong. Okay. Okay, I guess it is kind of a fedora. Yeah, it's more of a fedora. Tips fedora. Let's just look at Twatter once more. Oops. Let's see, Fallout 76. Let's see, news. I don't know. It's kind of exciting. Virginia and West Virginia. Ohio is DLC. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what the scale and the vision for this game is. I like to imagine, again, it's going to be the New Vegas to Fallout 4. Or it's going to be New Vegas. It's going to be the New Vegas of Fallout 4. Yeah, essentially. Did you go to the website? I did not go to the website. There's a Fallout website. Let's look. Fallout 76 on Twitter. I mean, they said we wouldn't guess what Fallout was. Well, they were right. XX Nako Gaming, Fallout 76 Oil. Is it a game based on Union 76 Oil? I doubt it. Sorry to say, Ohio, I live here. It's not that interesting, really, lol. So don't know what they could do for DLC. I mean, there's gotta be something to Ohio, right? Burning One. Like, come on, let's just take a gander. Like, what's in Ohio? What is there to do in Ohio? We could go to Lake Erie. Is that about it? We go to Cincinnati. That'd be pretty cool. We go to Cleveland and you know, make a. Can you react to Baldi's Basics and pre-algebra? Because I'm in a hurry. No, Nako, I'm sorry. If you need to do studying right now, brother, I'd say go and do that. I'm about to be wrapping up the stream here shortly anyway, because I need to sleep. I work nights, and it's like 4 hours after my shift, so I'm gonna need sleep here soon. But I do want to. I live in Chile, this heart of Santiago. Ooh, well, welcome to the stream from your boy, Central America. Central North America, I guess. Look it up, the country. Go to Cleveland and learn how to get shot. It's just Raider Central down there. It's awful. Main story quest for Ohio DLC, Cleveland rocks. Yeah, but Virginia is south of Ohio and Erie is the top, so how would that work? We fly there. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I was just spitballing. I mean, no, that's too far. I was about to say, there could be Wisconsin DLC for your boy here, but, you know, that's still, like, a couple states away. Riverboat? Yeah, exactly. Maybe Wisconsin will be the Far Harbor or, whatever the one for Fallout 3 was. I always forget its goddamn name. It's not the Long Coast. God, I'm blanking. Hallie, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, wow, it's, oh, look at that. Zika and meth. Ohio sounds great. Point Lookout. Thank you, Donnie. I always forget that one. I don't know why. But yeah, Point Lookout, great DLC. Again, like a guilty admission I have to make is a lot of the DLC for Fallout I haven't actually gotten a chance to enjoy. A lot of the times when I play through the Fallout games, it's like, oh, I just kind of want to knock out the main story, or oh, I just kind of want to shoot the shit, literally, and just explore an open wasteland. That's why I end up doing it. I just get lost, and eventually I don't get bored of the game, but other games just start to interest me, and I kind of stop playing for a while, and then I get back, and I just explore again. I think Fallout and Bethesda games in general are really great in that sense of just going off and explore, because they know how to put a lot of storytelling into the environments that make it really interesting to explore and stuff. I will concede that despite having not played a lot of it, that the DLC is the best part of New Vegas, Donnie. I think if there's nothing else, though, if anyone has some closing remarks, by all means, feel free to post so in the chat. Otherwise, I think we're going to end this stream off here. So if you guys have any closing remarks, feel free to shoot them off in the chat. I will look just to make sure. I don't think there's been any other news. For the game so far. Yeah. I don't think there's a whole lot of news outside. I guess we can look at let's see if there's like a Kotaku article. I'm sure Jason Schreier jumped on this like instantly. Bethesda announced Fallout 76. Yep, Jason Schreier. Although he's been blacklisted, so you might want to take what he says with a grain of salt. Yeah, some more information in June for their press conference. Let's see if Polygon has cancer site, but whatever. Yeah, again, it's the same thing. Kotaku reported online game of some sort. Polygon also heard the game will feature multiplayer. So it is gonna release PlayStation, Windows, Xbox One. I'm assuming it's gonna be released on Steam. Hopefully it'll be released on Steam. Yeah, mark your calendars for Sunday, June 10th. That's when their E3 press conference will be. They'll show more off about this game. They might announce a few others as well. But I do have to say, Bethesda as a publisher has been just nailing these reveals and these teasers, these announcements this year. Rage being the first one, and then knocking it out of the park with this game as well. I'm assuming we might get one more reveal or tease before E3, maybe for DLC or something. But other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by on the stream. It really means a lot for those of you who subscribed, follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. Thank you again. I do want to plug my Twitter one more time before we go, at Emperor Hotshot. You don't have to. You probably shouldn't. If you do, you might end up unfollowing within a week because I am pretty toxic. Anyway, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching. It really means a lot. I hope some of you will join me on future streams and stop by on videos I do in the future. I am try and get back on a regular schedule for uploading again. So one last time, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your man, Emperor Hotshot, and I'll see you all next time.